How many of you have degrees? How many of the people in the world have degrees and aren't using them? It's a new economy, guys. What worked in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, it's not the same way now. Am I against school? Absolutely not. And you guys ought to know that. But the point is, people say these statements like, here's a statement to either steal your fire or that I'm going to hit you with so hard that's going to force you to go back and follow consensus. So turn off your dreams or whatever Kool-Aid you're drinking. Of course, that's what they think. And in the next minute, you're now taking your entire life and you're steering it because of what people said. I have a great analogy about that in Cut It Out, the book I wrote on getting your head straight in the industry. And one thing that was shocking growing up is my mom, this was a really wild one. At one particular time, we had 2 perfectly good vehicles in our driveway. 2. And we got them through, benevolence and kindness, and because we were really struggling growing up. And so we had a vehicle, and then a little bit later than that, we had a second vehicle in the driveway. My mother was terrified to drive because she had family members and people she knew in the past and friends relate to her that you'll never be able to drive. You'd be a poor driver. She took it to heart. She listened to that. So here I am as a young kid, and we're struggling like crazy. We have 2 vehicles in the driveway. And as a child, I had to watch the taxi drive up our steep driveway and wait for us. And we would get out every month and spend $600 to $800 a month in the 70s on cab fare and walk past a vehicle, or at one time 2 vehicles. And I always wondered as a kid, why aren't we driving our cars? Because my mother was afraid, because of somebody's words. Who are you listening to? They say the wealthiest place in the world is a cemetery. Some people think Dubai or whatever, but no. The wealthiest place in the world is a cemetery because it's full of unrealized dreams, books never written, songs never sung, inventions never created, love never given, ideas never shared, sermons never preached, because they all went to the grave with the people because of people's opinions. And, I used to joke in the past, and I thought it was a cute thing to say. If I had $1 for every opinion that people had of our lives, or about me, I'd be a fill in the blank. And I did a video a while back. I said, hold on a minute. Yeah, I actually do have those dollars. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because those opinions drove me. My circumstances were not who I was. My circumstances were a short blip in time that held me hostage because I allowed them. See, you're not your circumstances, but you sure as heck can be if you allow those opinions to come in and take root. So if you're pursuing any venture in life, specifically a home-based business or whatever you're doing, make darn sure you're turning off the people's opinions. It's nauseating, it's unfair, and if they really supported you and loved and cared for you, they would edify you, want to hear what you're doing, ask what you're doing, how can they help you? But no, they're going to give you this nonsense. And I'll leave you this final thought. So you got to turn that off, folks. You got to turn it off. Their opinions don't cash at the bank. Trust me. The same people that yelled, Hosanna, Hosanna, when Jesus came in to town waving palm branches, many of those same people were yelling, crucify, crucify, not too far after that. That is the nature of people, folks. Don't forget that if you have a dream, or God gave you a dream, or you have something that can be a blessing to your family, I suggest you turn off those opinions so much that they become a hatred in your ears. And that's critical. Because all too often, we are living in the manifest fruit and the circumstances because of the voices of other people that had no stock in our lives, weren't going to support us in the future. had nothing to gain from our failure other than, aha, because they're probably the miserable ones, right? And yet, we're drinking the fruit of that when we literally have to just learn how to turn it off. I don't know how else to say it other than if you have something in your heart and your mind to do, you need to be a master. And you know what? The haters, it's actually, and after a while, it becomes fuel for you. After a while, you actually have mercy and you feel pity on these people. They don't know what else to do. Hurt people hurt people. If somebody isn't victorious in their life and somebody's struggling or somebody didn't realize their dreams, they're the first ones to run their mouth to bash yours. It's a big one. So this is an encouraging message because when you take stock and you go, okay, hold on a minute. I'm here. I hate my circumstances. I want to change them. XYZ opportunity has come my way, or I want to take this direction in my life. And I sit there and I go, okay, hold on a minute. Who said I was stupid? Who said I couldn't do it? Who had an opinion? Who mocks me? Who thinks it's crazy? What close family member has an opinion about it? Who in church is blasting me? Oh, I've dealt with that one. You know, that doesn't put a mark against God, but I'll tell you what, I have had some doozies. The first ones in line to blast you were the ones that had all the religious concepts. And again, love the church, but I'll tell you, I've seen it all, guys. And you have to, and here's another thing. If there's somebody that you really respect, or let me put it this way, somebody that you really take a lot of stock in, right? Their opinions mean a lot to you, either through because you're dependent on them somehow, you work for them, or there's a long-term relationship, or there's something, or they're a figurehead that has a title, and so you're respecting what they have to say, and so they are giving you their opinions on what you should do with your life. That's even more terrifying because you're not sure even how to handle that because the relationship is so, it's baked in the cookie a little bit more. Some of the worst decisions in my entire life were because I listened to the voices of the people that I respected because I had turned off my own conviction. I knew in my heart what was the right thing to not do, and yet I gave in, knowing I shouldn't have. If I'm speaking to you tonight, then this message, may it be a gift in your ears. May it burn in your ears. Your children do not deserve for you to be a master at compromise. Your calling cannot be done by somebody else. And if you've chosen to pursue any financial avenue to make a difference in your family, those little eyes looking back at you at the table are all that matters. Your spouse, the people you love, that's all that matters. Fight for them. And here's the funny thing. Suddenly, when you outlive your critics, and suddenly when you're standing on the mountaintop, oh, I always knew you'd do it. Wow, that's so awesome. So that's one crowd, right? They never said that once, right? And two, they've snared themselves so deeply with their own tongues because of what they said against you, they would never join you, and they would never be a part of your future anyway. Go where you're celebrated, guys, not where you're tolerated. Find those people that will bend over backwards to support you in whatever you're pursuing. Those are your true friends. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys.